Good afternoon, guys. Lexus Driver here. I'm very sorry I haven't uploaded a video, the past few weeks. The video I uploaded was, I made that video like a few days ago. I uploaded that video just to keep my channel going. But this video, I'm gonna upload this video straight away, once I finish recording this. Now, this is another Beastars lore video I'm gonna make. Well, as to make up with the other video I made that unfortunately it got claimed because of copyright. Hopefully, I won't get any copyright claim because um, even though I showed the video with no sound, it still gave me a copyright. It still gave me a copyright claim, but hopefully, if I do this kind of technique, I won't get a copyright claim. But anyways, what I like to talk about is Beastars, uh, the feel of of Beastars, because when I first watched this TV show Beastars, I start to realize that this TV show has both the feel of a Japanese school, a Japanese school TV show, combined with the criminal underworld. Because Beastars, there were various locations in this TV series. Not just the school, not just the school. Legoshi, Haru, Louis, and Juno attend along with the other students. Um, but also we get to see this criminal underworld feel, this criminal underworld theme. It shows also the black market. The black market, in real life, the black market, that basically means a market where they sell something that's worth a fortune, but it's very illegal. And also, black market, I can tell, for example, would be from a game called GTA 4. Both GTA 4 and also the episodes of Liberty City, because the black market, the black market, they would sell underground, selling things underground, in well, you know what I mean. Like in GTA 4, the underground gun stores, one in Algonquin that's based in Manhattan, um, one in Broker, that's based in Brooklyn, and also one in Alderney, which is based on Jersey in the United States. In Beastars, the black market is basically the meat, etc. Something that you would feel it's pretty forbidden. And another, like I said, is Beastars has this criminal underworld feel. This one I'm gonna show here. This is Lego She. Um, let's see. Okay. So the criminal the this part right here is when Legoshi's friends, one of his best friends, Jack, one of his best friends, Jack, he felt there was something off about his friend, Legoshi. But we as the viewers know that Legoshi has put himself into this criminal underworld feel, in order to rescue Haru. um, and also high school students and also college students, I would say, they are more likely to get dragged into this kind of stuff. And the reason for that is, they could, they'd be falling into a bad crowd. And here's the thing is, like, falling into a bad crowd can get you into trouble really easily, especially, like, your times in high school, in college, and you're more likely to have a black mark on your record, because when I say black mark, that basically means like um, times where there's like where you've been in trouble. Um, you know what I mean. And also, Lego Shi's best friend, along with all the others, they were really surprised about Lego Shi's look, because there was this part where um, Lego Shi, like, is training with this panda character, this giant panda character, and there was a part where, like, he has this sickle, which is like, what farmers use when cutting wheat to, process it to form flour to make bread. And including the girls, they were also shocked to see Lego Shi's look, and one of them find it pretty hard to focus. Now, this part right here, if I could go a bit further. Wait. Yeah, this part right here, like, seeing the sickle and Legoshi screaming for his life. When I first saw this part, I thought Legoshi's about to be butchered, but it turns out Legoshi got a haircut. And Legoshi getting a haircut, it was pretty, like, you could hardly recognize that if is he Legoshi and whatnot, but we all know that he is Legoshi, just a new look. And another thing I'd like to add about the criminal underworld, why Beastars has this criminal underworld feel. Um, when characters like Legoshi, like, venture into the criminal underworld, like, in order to like, gain their trust, um, uh, gain their trust. I'm pretty sure there's others. They would have to modify their appearance to make them look unrecognizable, because everybody knows who you are. But if you modify your look, like growing long hair, grow a beard, or even cut your hair, they try to make you unrecognizable as best as possible. So yeah, so another thing I like to add, like, that Beastars has this criminal underworld feel. And also, the target audience is not just for boys. Even girls can watch this, and not only feel that school feel, but also feel that criminal underworld feel. So the girls, including Juno, they were all like wondering if Legoshi's new look would suit them. Like, do they like Legoshi in when he got a haircut, or do they like Legoshi in his current look? But for Juno, she kind of thinks of it as as really handsome. Like, she really is attached to him, when in fact Legoshi already is in a relationship with a girl, Haru. And I still wonder, like, in the only one way to find out is watching season 3 of Beastars. Like, who do we all think Legoshi will most likely end up with? But we all believe that Legoshi is most likely to end up with Haru, whereas Juno, I think Louis is more likely to be with Juno. But only one way to find out once season 3 is released. That's just speculations. But only one way to find out is watching season 3 of Beastars, the third and final season of Beastars. Now, uh, let's see. Also, I actually created this playlist called "Cool Beastars Moment." If you guys are interested, I will be putting this on the end card, so you guys can check it out. Um, some really cool. Some really cool moments I found on YouTube from these YouTubers they uploaded, even though they got copyrighted, kind of stuff. But it's whatever. Anyways, on this part right here, uh, let's see. I gotta make sure. Okay. Yeah, here we go. So on these parts right here, wait. I should probably mention to this one as well. Um, yeah. The another thing I like to add on the another thing I like to add on the school feel of Beastars is uh, in schools, especially college and university. Um, for my college, like where I am currently, we don't have we have dorm rooms, but it's pretty costly. So me personally, like I don't I am a college student, I am a university student, but I don't have a dorm room. I just go home immediately once I finish my studies. Um, but in this one, like universities, depending on like how much you're gonna spend, um, you can either live in a dorm or you could stay at home with your parents and whatnot. But living in a dorm, you could like get along with friends very closely and develop like close relationships when with your friends like in order to build up trust and also to keep up with your studies because in college and university, uh, like high school, it's you can't do it alone. You're gonna need all the help you can get, but at the same time, is making sure that the work you're doing is your work. So another thing I like to add on the on this school on that Beastars has this school feel, like this college feel, this university feel, etc. Um, like this is the girls' locker room once again. Like the girls, they were discussing like a new policy that's going to be implemented in the college that they're going to have segregation between prey and predator, which kind of reminds me of like that Zootopia movie feel, but except the difference is like there's no segregation. Instead, there's like a discrimination between predators and prey. Um, so discussing that they're going to segregate predator and prey for the sake of safety. Some Most of these students were pretty upset about this because the students, most of the students, their best friends are preys, their best friends are predators, or etc. As you can see, like what we have here, this is we have a zebra, which is a prey, but they're less likely to be a prey when they like blend in with other zebras, and the other is a predator, which I can tell that this is the I would say it's a leopard or a cheetah. My strongest guess is a leopard. So what's going on here is the students, the female students, they were all discussing like the new rule that there's going to be segregation. Um, so Juno also talks about it with the girls in the locker room. But deep down, like you can see right here that 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 she finds it really stupid that they would do this kind of stuff, and I would say, and the reason why the university is implementing like segregating segregating the students, segregating the students, uh, like one for prey, one for predator, is because it's the case remains unsolved. Because remember, there was a case where like if you guys know the character Tem, if you watch it from the pilot episode, we see that Tem has been murdered by a predator, and they still haven't figured out who the killer is, who actually ate Tem. Um, so they're still making some they're still like making some inquiries into trying to find out who the killer is. And Legoshi, he is deep into this case because a character called Nine Eyes, uh, the which is the snake. Nine Eyes. Hold, if I said it right. Uh, Nine Eyes. Yeah, yeah. Here we go. This is the character, um, Rokumi. Yeah, six eyes, not nine eyes. This is the character who actually slithered next to Legoshi. Um, sc- yeah, Cheriton Academy. Like it's the school. It's the name of the school. Um, yeah, it is a school. I thought it was like like a school university kind of thing. But Rokume, this is the character who's nicknamed Six Eyes. Um, she when I first saw this character, like when I heard her voice, like when she was talking to Legoshi, um, her voice sounded like Kate Blanchett. If you guys don't know that, Kate Blanchett, like I know Kate Blanchett from the movie How to Train Your Dragon 2, and also the Disney's live action version of Cinderella. Um, also Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. She actually plays the baddie in that film. So Rakumi, when I first heard her voice, she sounded like Kate Blanchett, but I'm pretty sure her voice actress in English is it's not Kate Blanchett, but the way she talks. Uh, when I first heard her, I thought she's voiced by Kate Blanchett because the way she talks, it sounded like Kate Blanchett. Okay, so uh, enough of that school feel. Like um, Juno, she spoke to her. She was speaking to her friends about the new rule, but deep down, like when she like looks away, she find that the rule was pretty stupid. So, anyways, that's the school feel. Now I'm gonna talk about um, the criminal underworld feel. Excuse me, I'm still a little bit sick. So the what I like to say about Beastars having this criminal underworld feel is that there was an episode where Haru gets kidnapped by the Shishigumi. The Shishigumi is the yakuza of the that's in the TV show of Beastars. So we see Haru, like Haru gets kidnapped by the Shishigumi. There was a scuffle, like between there's been a scuffle between there was a scuffle between the Wakagashira, the Saitagashira, etc. Like the all the made men of the yakuza, and we see that Haru tries to escape, uh, but eventually this is the Oyabun. The Oyabun tells his men to stop and then leave the room. So so at this point, after everybody left the room, it's just the Oyabun and Haru. So we see in this part, like like I said, when I first saw this part the first time, I really felt sick to my stomach because uh, I know it shows the criminal underworld feel, but I would say one of the criminal underworld feel is like there's like rackets. Like, if I can tell, like, rackets I can remember that's in the criminal underworld field, that includes protection rackets and loan sharks. In this one, like, there's also trafficking, which is also another thing of the criminal underworld feel of Beastars. So this one right here, like the Shishigumi Oyobon, um, the boss, like, makes soft talk with Haru, and then eventually it got to the point where the boss tells Haru to strip. So yeah, you can see it from various perspectives. It really gives you that feel of, like, the horrors of prostitution. Like I said, and also one thing about prostitution. Prostitution is, like, the oldest crime in human history. Like, it has been going on since humans have existed. Like, even even in ancient Egypt. Um, Prostitution, like, a place where prostitution happens most of the time, mostly happens in the red light district. Red light district, that includes, like, strip clubs, sex shops, and also fronts that may look like a legitimate business, but they're also hiding an illegal business, like in this case would be a brothel. Okay, so yeah, this is the part where, yeah, here we go. I believe this is the part where, yeah, at this point Haru is forced to strip in front of the Oyabun. Like, what she did first was, she took off her uniform until she just reached to her underwear. Yeah, so she reached to her underwear, um, but basically, like, when the Oyabun says all of the clothes, that basically means that that includes not just her uniform but also her underwear, because, I would say this is pretty accurate um, like, a prostitution racket. So, um, in a prostitution racket, like, girls get kidnapped um, by the mafia. Like, they grab the girl and then load them into the van, and then they take them to their compound. And also, the girl is held against her will, and once the girl is face to face with the boss, the boss would tell the girl to strip, um, like, to remove all of her clothes, including her underwear. So I would say this is like a good and clear representation of what really is prostitution. Like, when girls get kidnapped, etc. So Haru removes all of her underwear, and, like, as a result, she's completely naked. And, this scene really felt sickening to my stomach the first time I saw this. But in Beastars, it's the in Beastars, they do this they do this to see if Haru is, like, their best bon appetit. Like, they're not they're more likely gonna eat her for their dinner. So after Haru stripped all of her clothes, there's like a yeah there's like a compartment that shows a bathtub, and also, like, a place for, like, she like the Shishigumi Oyabun, like, decides to give Haru a bath, um, to cleanse herself, like, just for their bon appetit. And I think this is I think the you could say that the boss is like kind-hearted and whatnot. But you have to remember that the boss, the you have to remember in this scene that the Oyabun, yeah, here the Oyabun, forced Haru to strip against her will under threat. So yeah, uh, really I can see that I can see this criminal underworld feel of what a prostitution racket looks like. Okay, so another criminal underworld feel I'd like to talk about is the strip club. This one's called the Happy in Heaven Strip Club. Now, judging by what I can see here, I can tell that this is a strip club, but 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 if you look at the surroundings, like if you look at the surroundings, like if you look at the background, the strip club is the foreground, is at the foreground. Like we can see what's close to us. But if you guys can see the background, you can see that there's like sex shops and also fronts that look like a legitimate business, but hiding the illegal business, which in this case would be the brothel. And this strip club, I can tell that this strip club is pretty linear because, judging by what I can see on the outside, I would say this is the entrance to the strip club. Um, the only part where the only part where spectators spend most of their time in the strip club would be on the first floor. I could tell like the I'll tell you in more detail. Like I can tell that this is like a two floor business. I wouldn't say business, like a two floor establishment. The first floor is that contains a bar, the stripper pole, the stage, etc. And also, there's also another room on the first floor where there's like the spectators, etc. And also, there's an upper floor. I would assume this is like the upper floor of the strip club where the strippers put on change out of their clothes and then put on outfits that would boost the male's hormones, and etc. So this is one of the strippers. Yeah, one of the strippers, which is I would say is I think might be. I think this one is possibly a tiger. Wait, I gotta be sure. Uh, yeah, I would say it's a tiger because it's she has stripes, and uh, this one right here, like you can see the stage, and also I can tell that this is possibly a cage. And this scene, I'd say this is pretty realistic in strip clubs. Like some strip clubs, not all strip clubs do this, but some strip clubs they actually have like this. They actually have like this platform where they can raise the cage. Um, some strip clubs have those, but other strip clubs but most strip clubs they don't have this. And a criminal underworld feel is that mafias, yakuzas, and triads they actually own establishments like this, um, but in the red light district, because like the informal term of what the mafia would say about strip clubs like this. This doesn't just apply to strip clubs. This also applies to brothels. So, like there's two. Like you have the strip club, you have the brothel. The informal term of calling these strip clubs or brothels, well, mostly brothels, they call them cat houses, or in singular, they would say cat house, because I remember from a game called Mafia 2, where you play the character named Vito Scaletta. After he was released from prison, um, he meets up with Joe Barbaro, and eventually, Joe, along with Eddie Scarpa, who is the underboss of the Falcone crime family, they take Vito to Vito thought that Joe and Eddie they were going to take him to a baseball game, but Joe tells excuse me. But Joe tells Eddie that they're gonna take him to the classiest cat house in the city. So Vito's like, cat house, huh? So a cat house, that's an informal term for a brothel or a strip club. So inside the strip club, the stripper is a tiger, like it's a predator, entertaining the spectators. Yeah. So really gives really has that feel. And yes, this one here. This is another room. This is another room of the strip club. Um, this one right here. Uh, this is I can tell that this guy is the manager and possibly the employer, because there are three people working in this establishment. There are three characters working in this establishment, two strippers and one manager. This manager right here, this is the character who maintains security. But I'm pretty sure there's going to be more employees. But I'm pretty sure there's more employees who would be working in this establishment. Like one would be working in a bar section of the strip club, well, etc. So this is another room. I would say this is the office. Like I can tell this is definitely the office um, of the strip club. Even though it's a two floor establishment. And also, what we see in this part is we see the stairs. Now, the stairs, like I can tell that this establishment is two floors from the get go, because um, if I can paint a clear picture of what this establishment looks like on the inside, there are two floors. The first floor is where most of the people will spend their time in the business. There's there's an office that checks, like, there's an office for the manager, like, who controls the lights, makes the announcements, etc. And also there's the part where most of the spectators will watch the strippers pole dancing. And also there's a stage containing, like, a few poles and whatnot. So most of the action takes place on the first floor. On the second floor, I can presume that on the second floor, that second floor contains a changing room for to the strippers to, when they come to the strip club for work. The strippers would go upstairs and change into what this character is wearing. This character's name is Cosmos, so you can tell, what she's wearing is what she wears in the strip club. So we could see that one of the strippers, after performing that exotic dance, she badmouths Cosmos. Yeah, and yeah, and I would say that this character right here, this character, the manager of the who's managing the strip club, I think this character, he's possibly an associate with the Shishigumi, because there was the part where, if I could, yeah. So when Cosmos goes on stage to perform the strip dance, yeah. So the manager raises a switch. I wouldn't say raise. He flips a switch and a cage rises up. So I would say this is so seeing this part, I knew that this is pretty much realistic in a strip club, because not all strip clubs do this, but there are some strip clubs that actually raise a cage. And I would say the reason why they would raise the cage like this is because it's to protect it's to protect the stripper who's performing the dance from spectators. Like, if one of the spectators goes too far, they would be protected from the cage. So when the cage was lowered, it felt like it looks like her life was being threatened. So yeah, um, when the cage was lowered, one of them charged into her. So yeah, and the manager like freaked out, like he needed some help on trying to get the crowd under control, but fortunately, fortunately the Shishigumi arrived and took down the bum. And this one's also realistic in the criminal underworld. If you have someone when there's someone who's bad mouthing someone, and then they realize that who are they bad mouthing is a gangster, they would like gasp in shock, and then they would apologize for bad mouthing the gangster. If you badmouth a boss and you realize that the boss it is, you would say, "Oh, my apologies." So, you know, um, if you know the gangster very well, and if you badmouth them by accident, you would just say, "Oh, I'm sorry, my apologies." So Cosmos, what happened was Cosmos. You can tell that Cosmos. He was she's bad mouthing Louis, but what she doesn't know is that Louis he's the new boss, or the Oyabon of the Shishigumi. And one of the members of the Shishigumi has the manager, and tries to calm the manager down. Yeah, so you can see here that the manager was pretty shaken up. So I can tell, like in this scene right here, the manager of the Happy in Heaven strip club, I can tell that he's possibly an associate with the Shishigumi. So um, he thanked the Shishigumi, that if the Shishigumi wasn't there, it would have been pretty ugly. So I can tell, that another criminal underworld feel of Beastars, because um, in the mafia, the Italian mafia, the Italian American mafia, the the triads, the yakuza, when they have establishments like this, rival gangs, rival families, they would try to move in on businesses like this. But in this case, there wasn't any rival gangs moving in on a business. There was just this one dirtbag who tries to eat Cosmos. But when the Shishigumi arrived, they took down the guy, and then check in with the manager to see if he's okay, because in the criminal underworld, businesses like these, they do protect their business, but remember, this is their business. Um, the protection rackets, if you watch, mafia themed movies, protection rackets, that's like one of the worst schemes ever. It it would assu- You would assume at first they're gonna offer you a service to keep your store protected from hoodlums, from very bad people, very nasty people. But in reality, they're only going after your money, so it's pretty much a scam. Sure, they would protect your store, but oftentimes they wouldn't protect your store. So even though you pay the protection money, they will protect your store, but oftentimes they're not going to protect your store. So that's the thing with the protection rackets. Usually happens mostly on family-owned stores, but not in large scale stores. But today there is still protection rackets, but the vast majority of stores today are corporate stores. Basically, like they have a lot of resources. They can get police. They can get police to if there has been some sort of like uh, burglary or anything happening. Um, so yeah, uh, that's protection ring. That's the protection racket, and this one right here. It's possible that the Happy in Heaven, like I said, they went there to protect the business. Like when they found out that one of the spectators tries to eat Cosmos. Happy in Heaven, I think I don't know much about the manga series, but in this one, it's heavily presumed that the manager he's handling everything, but I can tell that it's possible that the manager is an associate with the Shishigumi, and in that case, the Happy in Heaven strip club, it's most likely that this is owned by the Shishigumi. So yeah, another criminal underworld feel. Now, for the serious parts of Beastars, like when it comes to solving the mystery, for those who haven't watched this, I highly recommend you should stop watching because I might say a spoiler for those who haven't watched Beastars. Like if they still haven't reached the part where they found out who the killer is, I strongly recommend you should stop watching this video at this point. Now, what I like to say on this part, the serious part is Legoshi found out who the killer is, who killed Tem, and it turns out like it's Ritz. He's a bear. He's the culprit who ate Tem. So the reason why Ritz ate Tem is because Tem and Ritz were friends, and it turns out that the more he became friends, he neglected taking his medication, and as a result, neglecting to take that medicine that unleashed his urge to eat Tem. And the only way for Ritz to um, the only way for Ritz um, to suppress those urges is eating honey. But when he's deprived from eating honey, you can tell that the beast within him is unleashed. Excuse me. Um, so as a result, Legoshi throws away the honey and and prepares to fight Ritz face to face, like a shirtless fight. So a few kicks and jabs, and eventually got hit hitting himself in the lockers. But eventually, during the fist fight, he gets blinded by the blood that was covering his right eye. So you can see, like, judging by the look on Ritz's face, you could tell that it's really freaking everybody out. So they decide to settle the score somewhere where they won't be disturbed and where they won't be where they won't be found. But eventually they decide to settle the score. They decide to settle the score in private inside a bathroom. Excuse me. Um, but I would say it's a shower. So right here, Legoshi and Ritz settle the score inside the shower. But not only Legoshi is shirtless, Ritz is also shirtless. Not only they're both shirtless, they also took off their shoes. So you can see right here, like you can see that all these marks he placed on his chest. You could tell that that he was harming himself after he accidentally ate Tem. So, but Legoshi he lets it slide, and like I said about the about when they were settling the score inside the shower. Um, Both Legoshi and Ritz they're also barefoot because this is a shower. So they settle the score. So Legoshi goes at Ritz's back and scratch and makes deep scratches. Yeah. So he throws Legoshi to the ground, and Legoshi in a very angry tone, he suppressed his urge to eat Haru, and Legoshi tells Ritz that the only way to suppress it, aside from honey, is to love. But excuse me again. But Ritz uh, Ritz he believes that he still has hatred and loneliness in his chest, inside his soul. So just as Ritz about to go for the kill, uh, Legoshi got out of the way, and yeah. So you can see right here, also in the previous parts, a few minutes ago, a few seconds ago, Legoshi and Ritz, they're shirtless and barefoot, because they're settling their score in in the shower. I would say this is the male shower. So Ritz approaches Legoshi, and when he goes for the kill again, Legoshi shoves his feet at Ritz's mouth, and also dared him to eat his foot, saying try some carnivore meat. But eventually Legoshi and Ritz they hear a janitor's voice, and Ritz goes to the door, and Legoshi thinking that Ritz is gonna kill the janitor, he tells him to wait. So it turns out it was the janitor, trying to figure out what's going on inside. And Ritz apologizes that they're not and pretends that they're not done. And Legoshi would buy that, but he only buys it just to not raise any suspicion. So yeah, just as they were midway through in settling the score, yeah, just as midway through they were gonna settle the score, like you could tell, Ritz has scratch marks, bloody scratch marks on his upper torso and chest, and excuse me, and Legoshi he also has a bloodied left eye, and also there's been a lot of damage to the floor inside the shower room. But eventually, Legoshi and Ritz, they they go face to face once again, telling Legoshi tells Ritz that he's not gonna forgive for what he just did, and they decide that they stop settling the score, and they decide to stop settling the score and decide to settle the score later on in during New Year's Eve. So yeah, so Legoshi and Ritz they decide to settle the score on New Year's Eve, face to face underneath the bridge during New Year's Eve. Yeah, and also I apologize if you guys see me coughing frequently. It's just that I'm pretty sick. Um, because I didn't get enough sleep, and as a result, uh, I I got pretty sick because lack of sleep can weaken your body's ability to fight diseases. So I apologize if you guys see me if you guys see me or hear me cough a lot in this scene. It's just that I'm pretty sick. So I really do apologize for that. So um what else? Um what I like to say about that Beastars, like at this part that has this what I like to say about this part is that another criminal underworld feel is there's a point where gangsters would try to settle the score with each other, and you would see gangsters fighting here in this scene, Legoshi and Ritz. They're settling the score, after Legoshi found out that Ritz was the one who killed Tem. um, the two are settling the score, like in a one-on-one fist combat. So yeah. So another thing I like to add about the criminal underworld feel is the is we would see gangsters, even though these two are just students, they're not gangsters, but gangsters, they would settle scores with by the when it comes to settling a score, they wouldn't talk with their mouths. They would talk with their fists. When I say talk with their fists, what Murray says in Sly Cooper, talking with their fists would mean they would do punches, jabs, etc., etc. Boxing and wrestling. They would do fights in order to that's like a few ways of how I'm pretty sure there's like multiple ways of how gangsters would talk with their fists. They would they would like a gangster would most likely hold a knife, or they would just play fair, like using the fists. But um, using a knife would be was using a knife like a switchblade is a really nasty weapon. And fist fights, like I said, fist fights are like really one of the most common ways of how gangsters would settle the score. And also, oftentimes, you might see gangsters, oftentimes there are gangsters that when they settle the score, oftentimes there might be gangsters who would go shirtless and go fist fighting, but also they would just go fist fighting with what with no change of clothes, not going shirtless. They would just yeah. So that's another thing I like to add on the criminal underworld feel. So Beastars, I would classify this as a school and a criminal underworld feel TV series, including the manga, because Beastars, a as much as showing um, a school environment, a lonely boy who fell in love with a girl, which in case is Legoshi. Legoshi falls in love with his favorite food, because in reality, um, what wolves eat, not just wolves, but also coyotes and foxes. Uh, the most likely food they would eat is rabbits, because rabbits, they are the prey of wolves and foxes and coyotes, also known as American jackals. So this is what I like about Beastars. I can I people say that Beastars, you could compare this to Zootopia, but not the story. I would say my best comparison to Zootopia is that the main protagonist falls in love with a prey, which in this case the main like only for Beastars, the main protagonist is a predator, whereas in Zootopia, the main protagonist is a prey. In Zootopia, the character's name is Judy Hopps. Judy Hopps, she eventually falls in love with Nick, who's a fox. Whereas in this one, Legoshi falls in love with Haru, also a rabbit. But the difference is different kinds of species of rabbits. And let's see. Uh, Also, Beastars, I wouldn't say unlike Zootopia, but Beastars, we have like four main characters. One of the main characters gets introduced later on, but the main characters, I would say in Beastars, Legoshi, Haru, Louie, and Juno. Um, Legoshi is the wolf. Haru is the white elf rabbit. Louis is the deer, and Juno is the wolf. Um, and like I said about who do I think who do I think who do you think would Legoshi would most likely end up with? Um, Legoshi, he is in a relationship with Haru, but he also has a relationship with Juno. So it's strongly suggested that Legoshi is more likely to be with Haru, and Juno, even though Juno and Legoshi are close, but eventually they broke up. I think Juno will most likely be with Louis, considering there was an episode where Louis and Juno were out in the stroll, and I would strongly suggest that I wouldn't say strongly suggest. I would strongly assume that Juno will most likely end up with Louis, and Legoshi, even though he is close with Juno, um, he he's very close to Haru as well. So it's most likely that Legoshi will end up with Haru. So I'm gonna bring up the characters. Yeah, we have Legoshi. Let's see. Um, where is it? Okay, here we go. Oh wait, that's Jack. Um, okay, here we go. So this is Legoshi, the main protagonist of Beastars. Wait. So Legoshi, the main protagonist of Beastars. Haru, the girlfriend of Legoshi. Louis, one of Legoshi's friends. Juno, the the character we get introduced later on. Juno is the character who fell head over heels with Legoshi, but eventually Juno finds out that Legoshi is already in a relationship with Haru, and eventually I would strongly assume that Juno will most likely end up with Louis, because I find that Beastars, it reminds me of Zootopia. Like a predator would fall in love with a prey. Like in Zootopia, the predator would fall in, the prey would fall in love with the predator. So Legoshi, he's a predator, the predator protagonist, but in Zootopia, it's a prey protagonist, which is, in this case, Judy Hopps. She's a rabbit. Whereas in this one, Legoshi is a predator who falls in love with a prey, and Louis, most likely he would end up with Juno strongly. And Jack, this is Jack. He is Legoshi's best friend. And Jack, I would say he's a golden retriever. Yeah, I would say he's a golden retriever as well. Jack, I don't know. I don't know who's he in a relationship with. Let's see. They're still friends, but uh, the difference is that they're no longer roommates. Even though they're no longer roommates, at least they're still friends. Let's see. Um, yeah. So I don't think Jack ends up with a girlfriend, but only one way to find out once season three is released. And like I said in the in the past video about discussing season three of Beastar, I really hope Legoshi reverses his decision to drop out because in the end, um, Legoshi got arrested, but eventually Legoshi is released. But now he has a criminal record, and um, and Ritz, he's spending the rest of his life in juvenile hall after it was revealed that he stood trial and admits that he killed Tem. So yeah, I'm really excited for season three once it's released next year. So I really hope that that Legoshi reverses his decision to drop out of school because now that he has a criminal record, I really hope Legoshi will complete his education because once he completes his education, I would say he will apply to college, but since he has a criminal record, it's most likely that there might be some colleges that won't accept him. So I really hope, like I said, I really hope Legoshi reverses his decision to drop out of school because I really I really should believe that Legoshi should finish his education. Even though he has a criminal record, he has to finish his education. Uh, and also, he shouldn't waste his life on something like this criminal underworld feel. Because I would say Legoshi is more than this. Even though he's the protagonist, what he did was right. He know who the killer is and needs to bring the killer to justice. He shouldn't throw his life away for being in the criminal underworld. Um, Finish his education, graduate, enter college. Once he finishes college, he's then I would say he would continue his relationship with Haru. So yeah. Anyway, guys, that's all I have for this video. I'm pretty sure this video, what I made, is pretty long. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be the longest video I've ever made on YouTube. So hopefully, all this hard work I did, hopefully I won't get any problems on YouTube. So anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you Let me know in the comments below, what are your thoughts about what I'm talking about here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.